How to live longer. Time to break the carb cycle. Stop the sugar, walk more, and actually tune into what your specific needs are and your carb codes are for your body. Because if you drop the right carbs from your body, you're going to drop 20 pounds. That's how it works. It is so exciting to be guiding this health freedom movement to actually talk more about this untold approach where you could actually take back control of your life and live life longer by 10 to 20 more years of having an anti-inflammatory diet and lifestyle change, creating a lifestyle rather than actually being on a diet. How many times have you been to the medical system and they've said, you just need to lose the weight? But as women, we're dismissed. What if we could actually be our own health detectives and actually take control of our own health at home? So this woke me up in the middle of the night last night, and I was thinking about this, and I wanted to come here today and let you know that you can live longer. So I'm living longer at 61 because I did the work in my 50s where I created the carb code that I needed to live by. So I broke the carb cycle. It took me a long time to get there because I was still learning what I needed to learn, and I had a lot of brain fog and anxiety, so I didn't learn it as quick as maybe some people did, but I finally dialed it in enough to turn my brain back on. So that first 20 pounds is the most important 20 pounds you're going to lose. That is where you're going to balance your blood sugar and drop and reduce your metabolic risk and actually reset your metabolism, because you'll be turning off the inflammation in your body by actually breaking the carb cycle. That's how you live longer. That's how you get 10 to 20 more years of life. And that's what's so exciting about this. Because really, basically, you just want to stop the sugar. And you need to get out and go for walks. Those are two of the basic principles that you can focus on. And if you stop the processed foods, that's going to be the other side of it. That's huge. There's no nutrition in processed food. It just tastes good and it's easy. But eating real food can be easy once you get into the habit and start making it as a lifestyle, not a diet. That's what's exciting about this. So if you eat the right carbs for your body, you will actually drop 20 plus pounds in 4 to 6 months. And that's what I'm seeing my clients do all the time, because what we're doing is we're running the diagnostic labs, finding out where their hidden food sensitivities are, dialing that in, creating their own personal carb code based on their food sensitivities and the foods that they specifically like and enjoy. And then when you look at all the labs that you can run and find all the hidden healing information and correlate that with the food sensitivity test and create your own personal carb code, that's when you start to get the weight loss really dialed in. And this is permanent weight loss. This is not weight loss where you're just going to lose 20 pounds, stop doing what you're doing, and gain it all back, because it's not a diet. This is where you set your metabolism as you go along and create lifestyle habits that are going to be long-term lasting, because this is what you're choosing to do. You're choosing to create a lifestyle that's going to work for your body so that you get the health that you want to have and that you want to live with. This is recreating your health. This is becoming slender after 50, at the holistic path to healthy aging, so that you can get the body back that you want to live with and feel good about yourself again. And I want to come out here and tell everybody that we don't have to live with disease. We are not stuck with it. It is actually reversible. 9 out of the 10 diseases of aging or lifestyle diseases that are reversible. If over 50% of people are obese and 88% of people have insulin resistance, those are all environmental factors that we can change. And so sometimes people just need to be told or to be aware that we can do all of this stuff, to be, for someone to come out who's already blazed the trail, who's already, gone through the noise, through all the chaos, and come out the other side, bronzed and on fire with this knowledge, and letting other women over 50 know, because this is my pain to purpose process with the holistic low carb method to help you dial in that first 20 pounds, which is magical. Because once you dial in that first 20 pounds, that becomes your lifeline. That is how you start to live longer. That's breaking your carb cycle and the food addictions that you have from those ultra processed foods. I like using the food bridge concept that I've developed, and I'm going to talk more about that in my webinar that's on October 14th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. It's Slender Over 50, the holistic path to healthy aging. And I really want to dial all this in for you and to empower you, inspire you to be able to take the next step. And that's why I'm having this webinar and why I'm excited to present it monthly. The food bridge concept is very important to me. And it's interesting because it's kind of maybe on keto side, people are like, no, you shouldn't eat these things at all. You shouldn't eat foods that are dirty keto. You shouldn't eat processed keto foods. You need to just eat meat, vegetables, and fat and be done with that. And of course, you could do that if you want to do that and be that strict and you feel good about it. But I wasn't able to do that. And even though I started off on a keto diet, I still kept in the food bars. I had the bulletproof coffee. A lot of people say don't drink the bulletproof coffee because you should, eat less fat to lose weight, but that's not the way it works. This is a hormonal process. And for us to actually get the nutrition we need and to dial in our brain energy and to get the energy for our body to function so we can lose the weight, what we need to do is actually eat more to lose the weight. And I'm noticing the more I bring in the fat, the more of my brain is turned on and the more weight that I can keep low. And so I need to balance my protein and my fat. And I've noticed that when I don't feel good and when I need to actually do a carb up, I use a little bit of fruit. Some pomegranates and cranberries are my go-to, but what I'm focused on is actually feeding my microbiome. And then I'm also having some activated pecans, which have been soaked and dehydrated so that they're easier for my body to absorb and I can absorb more of the nutrients. And then I put a little bit of sugar-free chocolate chips in with some coconut milk, full-fat coconut milk, some MCT oil is what I did this morning, and a little bit of the Lily's chocolate chips. And I put cocoa in there because cocoa is a really good antioxidant. And then I sweetened it with a little bit of a prebiotic fiber and a little bit of allulose because allulose can help you create some GLP-1 and actually turn off your appetite. So don't be afraid to use allulose, but get off the sugar. When you stop the sugar and start going for walks, you're going to recreate your body and start creating new habits and lifestyle factors that are going to help you live longer. But overall, breaking your whole carb cycle is where you want to go. So start with the sugar and go down to fruit and start to minimize your processed food. That's what's going to make the difference. But as you get into low carb living, as you start to create your lifestyle that you want to live, you're going to find that you've got so many more opportunities, that you have so much brain energy and you feel so much better in your body that you're going to start to understand that what you're doing is not just weight loss. This is not just about weight loss. This is about getting healthy to age healthy for longevity over 50. We want to be able to turn off our disease-causing genes in our body, flip that sugar switch off, and be healthier. And we can do it. And you can get your brain energy back. You can stop the brain fog. You can stop the pain of inflammation and just revitalize your whole life to live life exceptionally, not normal the way we've been living, the way you've lived before, the way I've lived in my past, where it was normal to run out to the store to buy ice cream. It was normal to go out and get donuts or to get an icy because it's hot outside. But we can use the food bridge concepts and do all of those things at home. I can make myself a little frozen ice cream in the blender with some frozen coconut milk. You could add cocoa to that. You could add the allulose to that. You can make Dr. Kilt's baby ice cream, he calls it. The ice cream is made out of coconut cream, and you can sweeten it with what you want to sweeten it with, and it's using egg yolks. And so that's the nutrients that we can use in our body. So you want to look at the food bridges as a way to kind of bridge that gap to get you off the ultra-processed foods, to get you into whole fat, the full food living, to get you into more of a low-carb diet and lifestyle, and to actually use the food bridges if you need them for stress control and stress management. With men, it can be so much easier. They got more muscle. They're able to just stop drinking the sodas, stop drinking the bread. They drop all the weight. Okay, it's frustrating. I've been there. How many times have as your significantly other done something like that and you're just like, why can I not lose the weight? Well, it's because we have more hormones to balance. We actually have to reduce the insulin resistance. Our body is designed to store fat for winter, men as well, but women, when we have our sugar switch on, we are in a fat storage mode. You cannot burn fat until you take the sugar and the glucose out of your blood system and reduce your carbs so that you can burn your fat. And so when you reduce the right carbs, you will drop 20 pounds. That's what I focus on. I focus on the first 20 pounds with my clients because that's about what I can say is most likely going to happen. I've had clients lose 70 pounds, 50 pounds, 58 pounds. A client lost 35 and added 15 on to that. She's the one that lost 50 pounds. Somebody else lost 50 pounds. Most people lose 20 to 25 to 30 pounds. And if you don't have a lot, if you're not super obese and you have a lot of dysfunction and you maybe not implementing it completely, maybe vacations get in the way, you're always going to get benefits because you're going to learn how to live the lifestyle. And you know what? We're opening up Pandora's box. There's a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, a lot of like, I really don't need to be skinny, but maybe you just want to be healthy. But there's a lot of emotions that go into changing. When we actually start a lifestyle change, we open up all these feelings of inadequacy, of fear, of coming off the food, of what if we're not going to feel good? How am I going to do this? What if I fail? That's why you do it with somebody like me who's going to help you dial in your holistic low carb method to break the carb cycle that you're doing and create the new habits that are going to help you support your specific carb code for your body. Everybody's going to be in a different place. And it's always an experimentation. If you don't feel good one day, do a little carb up and then come back down and straight into a keto diet again. That's okay. But what doesn't serve you is if you cheat with wheat or sugar on a regular basis, thinking that it's a calories in, calories out process. And sure, there's the term that says you still have to look at your overall calories, but a lot of the times women are still eating too little. And you can't just have a 100-calorie pack of cookies or a candy bar, and that information is telling your body to have inflammation and to have detoxification issues and to not be healthy, as if you were to eat 100 calories of fat, protein, or broccoli. Different information, and you all know that. And so we always want to be aware that food is different information to the body. That's why when you drop the sugar, you lower your insulin rate. When you go for a walk, you lower your insulin rate. You are working on your insulin levels. You need to reset your insulin, rebalance the blood sugar, and got a little scratch here. Reset your metabolism. That's the whole idea. That's the way it works. This is the untold solution that people don't tell you about. And so as I was laying in bed last night thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, all I could think about is how to get you to live longer. Live longer like I'm living longer. I'm at 61, doing pretty good, I think, pain-free overall. Maybe a little stiffness now and then, not on any medications. And these are the benefits that I've got of tuning into this lifestyle, breaking my carb cycle, losing the first 20 pounds and adding on to that, managing my hormones, my digestion, and pulling in circadian balance and circadian rhythm. All of that contributed to my 100 pounds of weight loss, which was cumulative during my 50s. So I started at 185 pounds, about 53, as I started menopause around that time. And I had been struggling to keep my weight under 200 pounds. And so I was, between 185 and 200 was where I was at. Had done HCG, lost weight, felt great, gained it all back. I had to really figure out and learn again why we get fat. And the wheat belly. You had to get rid of the wheat because you know what wheat does to the brain? It causes depression, causes anxiety, makes you feel more tense, and it raises your appetite. And raises everybody's appetite, causes more ghrelin to be secreted, causes leaky gut, and get more food sensitivities. It just makes it harder. So if you're doing low carb and you're eating those breads or tortillas that have wheat gluten, you want to cut those out and cut out the processed foods, but keep in the food bridges so that you can feel successful. So if you want to be eating a little bit of keto cookies once in a while, some keto cakes, the holidays are coming up, don't go on a sugar binge. The sugar starts at Halloween. It's coming around the corner. Don't let it happen. Don't start that candy bar. Not even one bite. Make a keto cookie. Make keto brownies. Make keto muffins. I'm going to be making a keto pumpkin pie and a keto pumpkin muffin towards the end of the month, because I want to share that with you to let you know that you can do this. You don't need to go on a sugar binge, because if you start at Halloween, you're going to be doing it all through November, for the holidays, all the prep. I'm going to be doing it all through December for all the parties, for the Christmas celebration. But what if you could get a jump start on this now? Cut out those carbs, drop that 20 pounds, look amazing, feel beautiful for the holidays, and not get stuck in that carb cycle. It's time for you to break this carb cycle for yourself, because food is information to your body, and it's not just about weight loss. This is about living without disease, so you can have that freedom in retirement to get down on the ground and play with your grandchildren, to get out and go for a walk, to have freedom and live life adventurously, to be dancing and feeling amazing, not living on medications, doing your best to live disease-free, using the right supplementation so that you can dial in exactly what you need to do. All of these things are what I think about when I'm working with my clients and I'm running their 6 labs and I'm finding their hidden healing opportunities on a regular basis. And I tune into that each week with weekly calls for the support, like what's going on in your body. How are you feeling? What's changing? And what do you think's working? What are your wins? All of these things with the support and accountability that I give you and my lived experience to help you become the person that you want to be is so empowering that it just makes me feel amazed that I'm doing this and helping people live longer. I couldn't help my sister, but I did support my brother and myself to reverse our diabetes risk. We lost our sister to diabetes. My dad did die for that. And, it runs in my family. If I wasn't dialing it in a low carb diet and living that lifestyle, I would be over 200 pounds and sick. And so we could stop that. And I want you to know that you don't have to live with the disease and that you can actually stop the weight gain. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 8 years. This is where I am right now. And just recently, I haven't been feeling that good, so I did a couple of carb up days. And what my carb up days were is I did pull in some chia seeds, but I used the coconut milk to make it more of a meal. I pulled in the pecans, the sugar-free chocolate chips. I did pomegranates, like maybe a quarter cup, maybe a little bit more of pomegranates. And I used a handful of cranberries. Now, what I'm doing is actually feeding my microbiome to actually give me a little bit of boost and a little bit of extra carbs to balance my hormones and my brain energy because I was tired and feeling sluggish. With my immune system's just a little off this week, and so I could feel the difference with more brain fog. And so that is what I was doing as a carb up to see how I can feel better. And then in between that, eating my fat, protein, and my vegetables, and pulling the dandelions out of the yard and eating those for detoxification because it's so powerful. So if nobody's told you that you could actually reverse the diseases that you have in your body, follow people like William Davis. He has some really good empowering podcasts and books out there. He's a cardiologist. I love Georgia Eads' new books. Hers are really good about metabolic psychiatry. And then again, Brain Energy by Dr. Chris Palmer is just amazing. And I've had a client that was not sleeping, had some depression, and she's now sleeping. She's reversed the depression. She feels like I saved her life, and she can be the best person that she needs to be and do the job that she needs to do at work. And that's about bringing your brain energy back, getting the energy you need to do what you need to do, not being exhausted during the middle of the day and focused only on food, but having that brain energy to be amazing, to live exceptional lifestyle. These are all things, too, that I'm going to go over a little bit more in my webinar. And I would love to have you join me October 14th at 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm also going to have one on November 4th, but come to both of them because I'm going to be changing it up and making it more powerful each time as I go through the presentation. And this is to empower and inspire you, to let you know what the secrets are and the skinny myths that aren't working, the conventional method, and why they're not working and what you can do about it. We have choices. When you break your carb cycle, you break out of the addiction to the processed foods. When you stop the sugar and eat more fat and protein, you're going to dial in your nutrition and actually nourish your body. As people who have more disease and have diabetes, they've been shown to be starving from the nutrients and the proteins that they need because they can't get that energy from their body. They're eating the wrong fats, they're eating the wrong foods. And it's nobody's fault, specifically about what we're eating and why it's causing us to be overweight, but it's the food industry. And they're trying to feed a lot of people, but the food is not nourishing our body. And without the right information about why we gain weight and how to lose the weight, we can't actually be empowered to actually take care of our own health, because taking a pill or going to the doctor's office doesn't help you lose the weight. It has to start at home. Stop the sugar, go for walks, live longer. That's what I wanted to tell you today. When you stop the right carbs, you drop 20 pounds. This is permanent weight loss when you stay on the lifestyle and finally get to the point that I'm never going to eat that crap again. All right. This is Low Carb Freedom. And this is how to live longer. This is Lori Ballou, functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner. Come and join me at my Slender Over 50, the holistic path to health freedom, to healthy aging. And this is going to be my brand new webinar, and it's going to be on a Zoom webinar. So you just want to go to my links here at the bottom for YouTube, and on Instagram, go to my bio and click on the link and sign up. And I can't wait to meet you. So if you're on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, like and subscribe so that I can keep coming out here and giving you these talks and empowerment to help guide you into the lifestyle that you want to live, for your own personal code, for your own personal lifestyle that you want to create. Not my lifestyle, but yours. That's why what I do is very personalized. And the support is so empowering. All my clients were all smiles this week. That lights me up. Makes me feel so excited for what I'm doing. So I'll see you soon at the webinar. Just let me know if you need to talk to me, and send me an email. It's Lori Ballou. That's LORIBALUE @gmail.com. And let me know what your thoughts are. And bring your questions, because there'll be a Q&A at the end as well. See you soon.